What's up, traders? Welcome to Structure-Based Trading episode 11, and welcome to the trading channel. Let's go ahead and get the week started correctly by doing our top-down analysis on the higher time frames and check out the key levels of structure that we'll be paying attention to. In these structure-based trading videos, that's exactly what we do. We go through the markets in the top 5 major pairs, and we take a look at the key levels of structure that we'll be paying attention to for trading opportunities based on higher time frame structure levels. So if you're new to the trading channel, I'd like to say thank you for joining us, and make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button below the video, as well as go ahead and check that notification bell so that you're alerted when we come out with new structure-based trading videos, and you can keep an eye on these important levels in the market. If you're a returning subscriber, I'd like to say thank you so much for your support. I hope to continue to bring you guys as much valuable information as possible on Forex trading. So if you want to join me while I take a stroll through the markets and point out these key levels of structure that I'll be paying attention to for trading opportunities throughout the rest of this week, then keep it locked here through the intro and disclaimer, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get today's video started on the euro dollar. Here we are on the euro dollar daily chart, and as you can see, we've just broken above a previous level of major structure here on the daily chart. We have our next level of major structure at 1.2049. So that's going to be our next major level of resistance, and considering that this market has been in an uptrend and we have a resistance level that is about 100 pips away from where the market is right now, what I'm going to be looking at throughout the rest of the week for the euro dollar is actually some long opportunities. I'm going to be looking to try to get long to the 1.2049 level. So let's go ahead and drop down to a smaller time frame quickly before we discuss these other levels and talk about how we can actually take advantage of this. Here we are on a 4-hour chart, guys, and something I'll be looking for this week is actually a pullback into this zone here. So here we have a 4-hour level of structure back here that lines up really nicely with our daily major structure level. So if the market pulls back into this area, that's where I'll be looking for some type of long opportunity here on the euro dollar. Now there's also a situation where this market does not pull back at all and just continues to rise, and in that case we can look for some other types of trades down on smaller time frames in order to get involved long up to that level at the 1.2049 zone. And of course, if the market does just go straight up to that level, then we'll be looking for counter trend shorting opportunities from that zone. Now, because the market has broken above our 1.1915 zone, as long as the market stays above that level for the rest of the day and does not push all the way back down and close back below it, that level is now going to actually become support instead of resistance. As I've shown you guys on the lower time frames, that's what we're looking for throughout this week, is if the market closes above our daily level pointed out at 1.1915, then we'll be looking for a pullback into that zone for a long opportunity. So that level has now become support, meaning that we need to check for our next highest resistance level. I try to do 2 levels of resistance above price action and 2 levels of support below price action. So out here on the daily chart, let's zoom the chart out and see if we can find another resistance level above 1.2049. And guys, I know this might be a little difficult for those of you who are newer or beginner traders, but try to point out the next level above my red dotted line that you think would be a major level of structure. Remember, we're looking for levels of structure that have been tested multiple times out here on this time frame. So if we take a look right in here, guys, you can see that that level has acted as support 3 different times, here, here, and here, and acted as resistance as well. So that's our next major level of structure resistance that I'll be looking for trading opportunities from here on the euro dollar. So if this market continues up and is able to break through the 1.2049 level, the next stopping point that I see, the next significant stopping point, is at 1.2295, which is a very long distance away. That could give some great long opportunities here on the euro dollar if we break above that and through this zone. And at that level is going to be the next place that we look for our counter trend shorting opportunities. Alright guys, so now that we have mapped it out here on the euro dollar, we've checked out previous data and we've seen the levels that have acted as support and resistance before, the levels where there were orders that accumulated before. Let's go ahead and point each of them out. So if the market falls from the level that it's at right now, if we close above the 1.1915 area, we could possibly see the market pulling back into that first level of support, which we'll be looking at the 1.1915 zone. Our next level of support, if the market falls through that level, is going to be right down here at the 1.1663 zone. And that level is a place that we can start to look for long opportunities from this market. When it comes to resistance, we're looking at the 1.2049. If we get a long opportunity on the euro dollar, that's a place we could look for our targets. And that's also a place we can look for counter trend trading opportunities if the market pushes up to that level. And if we break through that level, of course, we have this very large zone of very little structure out here on the daily chart that we can look for our long opportunities in until we get to the 1.2295 area. And that's when we'll be looking for that next counter trend trading opportunity. So that's what we're looking at here on the euro dollar. Let's go ahead and move on to the Aussie dollar. Here on the Aussie dollar, you can actually see that we're involved in a trade. And what I'm going to do is play you guys a clip from last week's structure-based trading video where I shared what I'd be looking for out of this market in order to get involved long. And we actually did get a setup at that area. So I'll go ahead and play that clip and I'll be right back. It needs to be turned into support, or could possibly turn into support. So we changed that line color to blue. And if the market pushes down from where we are now, then we'll be looking for our first support level at the 0.789 area. If we get some kind of entry reason at that area on a lower time frame, then we'll be looking to take this market long. And if we push below that, then we can look for our next level of support. All right, guys, so back here on the Aussie dollar, as you can see, this is the level of structure that we were waiting on the market to test to look for long opportunities. And we did end up getting an entry reason on a lower time frame right here that we'll look at in just a second. But guys, that's one of the reasons that these structure-based trading videos are so valuable. Not only is it teaching you exactly how to look at the market and how to read major levels of structure, but if you've watched a few of these structure-based trading videos, then I'm sure by now you've seen the significance that these key levels bring to the market. So if you want to make sure that you're among the first alerted about these videos whenever we produce them, then make sure to head over to the tradingchannel.net and go ahead and sign up for our email list. It is 100% free to do so, and that way you can be sure that you're alerted every time we come out with these structure-based trading videos. And also don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube, and if you've enjoyed the content so far today, go ahead and click that like button for me. So here on the Aussie dollar, we'll go ahead and drop down to a smaller time frame to check out that entry. And as you can see, guys, we got a little double bottom down here that gave us an indication that this market could head higher. We got a nice long wick to the bottom indicating some buying pressure right at that daily level and major level of structure that we pointed out last week in the structure-based trading episode 10 video. And to see the actual entry reason on this trade, we'll have to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. This is a trade we actually talked about in our most previous YouTube video, which is how to trade the head and shoulders pattern, guys. And if you want to see that video, then I'll put a link for that in the top right hand corner of your screen, along with in the description below this video. But as you can see here, we had a nice head and shoulders pattern. Market pushed down, creating a left shoulder and a neckline, a head, a right shoulder, and then came back down to retest that left shoulder. At that point, after we got some buying pressure out of the market from the retest of that left shoulder, we decided to go ahead and get involved in this trade. Now currently we've already hit our first targets on this trade, and what I'll be looking for is the market to get up to this level of structure before taking off my second targets, depending on how this market acts on lower time frames. And if we get up to that level, I'll be waiting for a reason not only to take off targets, but also to look for shorting opportunities on this market. So that's a little bit about what has happened here on the Aussie dollar and some of the things that we looked at previously in last week's structure-based trading video. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what we can expect next out of this market. So let's zoom back out to the daily chart. And here on the Aussie dollar, we're going to be looking for a couple of different things. As I've already stated, we'll be looking for this market to come back up to this major level of structure, and we'll be looking for targets and for shorting opportunities anywhere in this zone here. Pretty big zone around the 0.803 area. That's going to be our first level of resistance that we'll be taking a look at for targets and for counter trend shorting opportunities. For our next level of resistance, if I zoom the chart out, you can see that we do have this standalone level of resistance here, along with our next major level of structure right up here. So those are two other areas in the market that I see as significant and that we'll be looking for shorting opportunities from. First one being at around the 0.8118 area. And as for support, if this market breaks back down, we'll be looking for support once more at the 0.788 zone. And if we break below that, the next level of support that we could see is back at this previous level of structure here. And that level is at the 0.7807 area. Now, just in case we get one more leg down here from the Aussie dollar, our next level of support will be down at the 0.77 1.32 area. And those are the levels that we'll be paying attention to, guys, on the euro dollar and Aussie dollar going into the rest of this week. I'll be producing part 2 of this video either later on today or tomorrow, so make sure again that you're subscribed here to be alerted when that comes out. The next video will cover the pound dollar, dollar yen, and dollar Swiss. If you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to go ahead and click that like button. If you're someone who's struggling to understand how to create a rules-based strategy, and if you're having a lot of trouble becoming profitable on your own, then I'd like to suggest checking out our training program. I'll put a link in the description below and in the top right hand corner for those of you interested, and just click that link to learn more about the EAP Training Program. That program's helped hundreds of traders find their way to professional and profitable trading. Stick around through the outro to see some of their testimonials. I wish you guys all the best of luck throughout the rest of your trading week, and I'll talk to you in the next video.